almost scared to post something because
Why?
I don't want to jump on my live. Oh, as long as I don't go live, though, I'm good.
Yeah, as long as you don't go live, you straight. But when you share it, tag me.
Okay, I already got you first. I got Alexandra Robinson. It's about you didn't tag me. You just put my
I
name
didn't,
about
cause I
me.
ain't doing nothing yet. Oh, you talking about on Facebook?
Yeah. What you doing? What you trying to tell you what on
When you
Instagram?
share that now?
Oh yeah, I got you as a first word in there.
Yes, sir. We live?
Yeah, we live, man. Make sure you
I
don't say
hear me.
anything that
I
you'll
don't
regret
see me.
tomorrow.
Well, hell, I ain't on nobody's clock but the Walk My Walk podcast clock.
Oh, I
So
love that right there.
I don't think you gonna penalize me.
No, ma'am.
As long as I ain't cussing you out.
Yes,
We
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
As long as I ain't cussing out the crew.
So, Miss Bowen, let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Oh, hell, I forgot. Hey,
You ain't leading this.
271. I forgot. I'm the one on the
You
hot
you you
seat.
ain't leading this tonight? What you doing?
This is different right here, 271. Miss Bowen, this is going to be tough.
No, it ain't.
Let me go ahead and eat me some.
Hey, here we go. We are live. Welcome to the Walker Will Walk podcast. I know that you guys are accustomed to seeing Mr. Walker sit to the right of me. However, tonight he is sitting across to the left of me because Mr. Awakening Genius himself is in our hot seat tonight. So we want to welcome here professionally tonight, Mr. Walker.
This is different, man. So I want to know right now, because I've never been on this couch,
See?
I don't think. Will I be looking at this camera, 271? Just right here? Okay, so when I'm talking, I'm looking here. If I'm talking directly, I'm looking at this camera.
Why we just can't look at each other?
That
You look
is-
into my eyes any other night.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Let me change that because folks
Yeah,
gonna be like,
yeah.
wait a minute.
Hey, my little sister hooked my hair cut up, didn't she, boy?
She did. You look
Boy, she
good.
hooked
I saw that when I
thing
popped
up.
in the class on you yesterday.
Yeah, man. Hey, shouts out to Roz, my little sister Jeezy. Some of y'all know about Granny from the old school, man. We
Okay,
just
wait.
talking about,
Time out. Again, you already talking like you the host. You are the guest tonight. I need you to bring that back. And yeah, you are more than welcome to open your mutt and Jeff.
Thank
Two
you, Miss
things I want to
Barkley.
do first. I want to move this stand because when it's coming on the screen, it's a very ugly presentation in front of you.
I didn't even know it was showing.
It is. The second thing I have to do that has nothing to do with you for the moment
Okay.
is I gotta wish Miss Katrina Harley a happy 50th birthday on tonight's show. Even though her birthday was yesterday, shouts out to one of my favorite people in this world, Miss Katrina Harley. I hope you are enjoying every bit of every minute, day, hour, whatever God has blessed you with at this point in your life. You more than deserve it. Happy birthday, sis.
Yeah.
Now you can jump in on that one just
Yeah.
to say happy
I
birthday.
only think 271 got me a camera this week.
No, you on camera now. He just wanted to, bless everybody with my sunshine. And I
Yeah,
normally
hey,
don't like
I
pink,
love that look.
but this pink kind of look good on your sister tonight. You know what I'm saying?
You doing that. You doing that. The pink look good. I don't know if that's the, is this for breast cancer or is it just like, that's the color you want to wear tonight to pop?
I mean, if that's what we want to represent tonight, then yeah, we can do that. But for right now, it's for comfortability.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alice look good on this thing. 271.
Ah, there she go. You welcome, girl. You ready for these? Because I need y'all to come with these questions. Walt got all his props tonight because he in the hot seat. So I need y'all to be ready.
Tell Trina don't come on here acting a fool now.
That's what we do. So this is what I want to do. First of all, in this aspect of the show tonight, again, we told you guys last week we wanted you all to get to know us personally, not just as the hosts of this show, but as who we really are. So I want to dive into Keene Walker, aka Mr. Awakening Genius, aka Walt 100, aka T-Dub, aka Miss Kathy's Boys, aka the Walker Boys.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I think we just about covered all the you got realist, motivated, eternal educator.
I was getting to that.
Yes, sir.
I was getting to that, but I want our people to know who you really are and the reason behind why you do what you do in the community. I popped up on him yesterday, you guys, after my doctor's appointment in his class, and his students was looking like, well, who is that lady? Yeah. Don't worry about all that.
Yeah. You know somebody asked about you today.
Who? Mr. Officer? Who was it?
One of my students asked me, well, you my boo.
I'll tell your students don't worry about grown folk business.
You know that. Soon you left, they asked that.
What'd they say?
Ms. Walker, that's your boo. I said, look, boy, Ain't got no boo. I'm a player. 271. I told him I ain't got no boo. I said I'm a player out here in these streets.
Well,
No,
Mr.
but
Officer was kind of fine. I ain't gonna lie.
look, that's my boy. He came through yesterday evening. That's my boy. Good dude, man. We
Yeah.
building. We building.
Tell him I said, hey, boo.
I got
But
that.
listen, I definitely want to. I'm ready to dive into these questions
I'm ready.
because there are quite a few things about you that I don't know.
Okay.
As much as we talk and we've had our late night conversations after meetings and things of that nature, there's a whole nother side to you that I really don't know.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to ask is, who is Keene Walker and how did you become an educator? Because you a real thug.
Hey, I like that. You know, and like this, here's the part I was hoping you would jump right in right here. And I'm glad that you led with Educator because I got my book, The Miseducation of the Negro. Y'all see this is the real version where the back cover, so you know this book been used.
Yeah,
Back
'cause you done
covers
ripped
beat
that
all
all
up. You see I got thank you cards in here. Oh, Alice, I didn't even know I had this. This is one of my old bookmarks right here. 271, can you zoom in
Oh,
on
let
this
me
right here? I'm
see
gonna let Miss Bond
this.
think. Put that on Miss Bond think.
Listen, I need y'all to see this. I need y'all to really see that right there. That is crazy.
Yeah, that book woke, boy.
That's dope though.
I think it paid 271. Yeah, that book cover did
You did
271.
this for Educator
Yeah,
Technologies?
I think 271 might have designed it right here. We been 271 been out here in these streets
For a
together a
long
long
time, I
time.
see.
Boy. Yeah, I'm telling you. I think he did it. If he didn't do it, I'm quite sure he was somewhere in the mix. But yeah, so how I got Alex, it's a crazy story. Like I said, the miseducation of the Negro. I think I am fortunate to have had in the country, man, growing up in Thomaston, Georgia. I had a quality education, even though I did not know at the time that my education was as value as it was until I came to Atlanta. You know, you take stuff for granted when you grow up in the country because everything seems bigger in Atlanta, everything seems bigger in New York, everything seems bigger. But what I learned was after becoming an educator myself, and I will circle back to how I became an educator, but what I learned when I came to Atlanta and I started teaching at North Clayton, we had more foreign languages in my high school in the 90s than they have at a lot of high schools in Atlanta in 2021. You know what I mean? So like my foreign language was German in high school, right?
Okay.
We had a Japanese class that literally spoke live in 1990 in 1992 with Japanese students. We had a big satellite out on the campus or whatnot, and they
Wow.
literally spoke live. This in the 90s, but we assumed that if that was happening in Thomaston in the 90s, that you guys probably were damn near getting ready to go to the moon in Atlanta in the 90s.
Right.
You know, that was just the assumption.
That wasn't it.
And then I went out to college, Alex, and my goal was to become a lawyer. Education was nowhere in my.
Really? I did not know that.
Yep. If I show you some of my photos, you see how I got everything. I am a bona fide.
Yeah, y'all. He pulled out his
historian.
old high school football helmet on me.
I literally got
I wasn't ready.
folders. Check. I got folders from college, and on my folders they got YBL. That's what my brother J Dub used to call me, YBL, because YBL was young black lawyer. On my college folders, that was my goal. And I actually got to Alabama State University. Shouts out to the Alabama State University, man.
We're going to touch on that
also,
too.
about 50 on the 50 pin. I got this on tonight because it's just like a special
And
thing
your boy
to me
just
right
checked
there.
me in too. What's
Oh, my
up,
boy
Stuart?
Quinn just checked in. Yeah.
Congratulations
Hey,
to all
shout
the
out to
50 on the
LaQuinn Stewart,
50s.
man, on the 50 on the 50. So I just want to say, man, Alabama State, I was there, Alex, and this is how we came to this education piece. I'm literally, and I'm trying to make it quick.
No, you
I'm
good.
literally at Alabama State, enjoying my freshman year. That sophomore year, you know, all the stuff people tell you about why you don't go out of state. I don't get as much financial aid my sophomore year, so I started feeling the heat. And I was literally getting ready to transfer back to Georgia. I said, no,
Really?
I'm not paying that out of state tuition. And one is a pilot. And God would have it. This work of faith. Bernard was at the top of the stairs. He said, "What up, bro?" I said, "Bro, I can't stay in Alabama, man." I said, "I gotta go back to school in Georgia." You know, because you know, camp or whatnot.
Right.
He just said, "Bro, no, man, you can't transfer." He said, "So what's going on?" He said, "You know, there gotta be some monies out here that's available somewhere." And I said, "Dude, I need you to go ahead and get me straightened out on that." He said, "There's a scholarship that Dr. Alan Stewart, he's over the DeWitt Wallace Scholarship.
Okay.
Go over to the Media Center, talk to Dr. Stewart. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'm going to qualify for this scholarship or not. He said, I think you got to write an essay or do something along those lines. And I went over, I talked to Dr. Stewart. Dr. Stewart told me like what the prerequisites were. I filled out the essay information, wrote the scholarship essay. Next thing you know, man, I get this scholarship. You know, Dr. Stewart rewards me or awards me with this scholarship. But the whole while I'm saying, I don't want to be an educator. I came to school to be a lawyer. So I go back and
I was gonna ask if you really wrote that essay, if you paid somebody to write that.
No.
Yeah.
It was from the heart because like
Okay.
now all of a sudden, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm taking classes or whatnot. I'm like, you know what? I think I might be able to do more for kids on this side of the law than I would be able to do for kids on the other side of the law. Exactly right. So I get in there, man. I start taking classes, and it becomes something that becomes like a passion of the heart. And all of a sudden, I'm still a political science major, but I got to change my major to social science if I'm going to go into education.
Okay.
That's how I go from like political science, which most people know you either major in like political science, English, or something like that. Typically, if you want to be a lawyer, criminal justice also.
Yeah.
But political science was my major. I was a poli-sci major, and they told me if I wanted to get this education scholarship, they don't have political science education, they have social science education. So I actually enrolled, I changed over to social science education, start taking the classes, and before you know it, I started falling in love with the idea of educating black and brown boys and girls on this side of the law instead of working with black and brown boys and girls on that side of the law.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I never knew you wanted to be a lawyer at first.
That was my goal. I never wanted to be an educator. That was nowhere on my radar when I went to college.
Wow. That's crazy. So now here you are, the realest motivator and eternal educator.
Yeah.
I sat in his class, y'all. And this is not my first rodeo with him sitting in his classroom. Yesterday was a lot more calm than I've seen it in the past. But just the conversation that you were having with your students on yesterday, the question about the NRA. You talking about how is it legal to have a stick? For those of you all who don't know what a stick is a rifle. How is it legal for you to have a stick in your car, but you can't have a pistol in your car? So just the conversation alone from the students, and then it just so happened that the resource officer walked in the classroom at the right time.
Perfect timing.
To answer any and all questions. I don't know, it just flowed. But these are conversations that you gotta have with our kids. Miss Katrina, now see, that's that German. I don't know nothing about that.
Ich spreche Deutsch. Ich heiße Holger. Ich heiße Holger.
See, y'all got that. I need English or French. That's all I can give y'all. But I mean, it's just amazing to hear that side of you. Because again, tonight is a night for me to understand a lot more about who you are too. So how did you figure out how to take T-Dub? For those of y'all that don't know, T-Dub is Thomason's finest that I know about.
Yeah.
So how did you take T-Dub, this street kid, this hood or this country hood dude, and turn him into 100, Mr. Walker?
Wow, that's a good question.
Because he still come out every now and then.
I don't know if I fully put him all the way away yet. Yeah. Every now and then,
Pain even had to laugh on that one.
271 was with me recently when I said,
Oh, Lord.
Because he hadn't put, even though he's a smart creator, you know, he still got major pain, you know, and, you know, some things that, you know, I know him as well. And I had to ask him to ride with me. Because sometimes we deal with scholars who live in some pretty tough situations and they live in some pretty tough areas. So, Payne, you can vouch for this, right? I literally had to ask 271 to get in the car. We need to ride out, man. And we were out on Camerton Road. Had to go and deal with a situation with one of our babies, man. And I just told him, like, right now, hey, 271, this cat is locked up right now.
Really?
He locked up some more stuff, man. Some stuff happened. Somebody came to me.
You talking about in the class yesterday?
Yeah. Wow. But I won't say, you know, just for sake of, like, how deep that goes. 271 was with me, so he know, like, how deep that situation was. The brother's locked up right now, but how do I transform from T-Dub to Mr. Awaken the Genius and all these other names I got right here. I'll just say this right here, man. When I started working as an educator in Montgomery, Alabama, no, T-Dub had to be front and center. Them young Negroes on Fairview Avenue, it was like, hey, check this out, bro. If you ain't about this life right here, you're not going to survive. See, the Carver High School and the Carver Junior High School that I worked at in Montgomery, Alabama, as well as the Houston Hill Middle School, where I did my internship right up the street from Alabama State University. It was right across the street from some projects that everybody knows as Tulane Court, which was right across the street from the Rose, which was the top flight, where what's my man name who T.I. was producing, who got killed in Alabama? Dobie, yeah, right across the street where Dobie got killed. So, and I was telling people, like, bro, that was not like just like some happenstance stuff. The area, Montgomery is a tough area. So I think you had to keep T-Dub front and center in order to deal with like being a new teacher and being young, you know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of these cats were just like at Carver at the time, they would try you up until they knew you about their life. You know what I mean? So once I established myself as T-Dub, then, you know, the students at Carver started calling me Slick. You know, so I was Slick Walker. And Slick turned into, you know, but Slick started, here's the crazy thing. Slick started with this girl named Melinda. And Melinda's always trying to tell jokes and whatnot in class, you know, trying to say little slick stuff to them and whatnot, like kids say, no cap. But I said one day, and it just killed the scene. It was a big football game coming on. Everybody was talking about the game that day, and I said, Melinda, I said, check this out, man. I said, why your mama had that door closed last night when everybody was watching the game? She's like, my mom had the door closed because she didn't feel like, you know, hearing all that noise and whatnot. I said, but you do know who was over there, right? She's like, who? I said, Slick Walker. It is stuck. It just like stuck like glue, man. It's stuck or whatnot. And when it stuck, Alex, a couple of years later, I started an organization with one of my boys, Eric Gardner, we call him G-Funk, and Lavelle Seals, another brother. We started Slick's Beautification and Outdoor Education Club. The name just literally stuck. So still, students in Montgomery, if you see them on my social media, they will say, what's up, Slick? Yeah, Slick Walker, Slick, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I had to keep, I think you got to always keep your edge at the top of mind. But I also think as I continue to grow and meet people like yourself, continue to have people like 271 who I touched many years ago, and now he's like our creative director on our podcast. To have my Montgomery family, I think you saw on my social media, class of 2002, Michael Robinson and my man Jeff. They saw me at the game. They gave me a 2002 jersey right on Michael's back and whatnot. So I still have love for Carver High School, Montgomery, y'all. Not Carver High School, Atlanta, because that's my rival school with South. I love. I will continue to evolve into the G. But I'm always gonna keep T-Dub, you know, my hip pocket.
Okay, so that leads me into one of our favorites was Mr. LaQuinn Stewart said he's getting ready to book you for a tour in Illinois. What I want to know is how did you go from, now we know that you've gone from lawyer to educator, from T-Dub to Slick Walker.
Yeah.
How did all of that transition into you going into motivational speaking?
Dang, boy, this girl been doing her research. Boy.
No, these are things that I know.
That you, yeah. But I'm saying, but the way you framing it, I think you're one of my favorite words.
I mean, because it's a timeline, and we still gonna backtrack to high school because I really want to know the story behind why you brought this football helmet downstairs.
Oh, gotta do this, man. This thing get real deep for people who are athletes. But could you rephrase? I just want to make sure I get right back to what you asked.
What brought you to the point of motivational speaking? It wasn't enough to be in the classroom to lead the kids. Once you realized that was a passion that you probably didn't realize you had.
Yeah.
But once you got to that point in the classroom, what made you want to take who you were outside and out into the community more?
I think what happened was not a decision that I made on my own, Ms. Bourne. The decision was made by the universe. Just so happened, I remember I had gone off and started helping one of my former colleagues from North Clayton. I had gone off to Macon for a couple of years to help his dad to start this trio program where he was doing education talent search. His pops asked him, Sheldon Hart shouts out, his pops asked him like, hey, if we're gonna start this program, we need one other educator who's strong, who could go into these schools or whatnot, reach these young brothers, you talking about Macon at the time, they were still now. These cats out here, man, that Central and Northeast or whatnot, these cats banging, you know what I mean? So here we are, we don't have like a whole team going in. Sheldon and I are just going to these different schools either by ourselves or going in together, and we're talking to these young men and women, full gym. We don't have any members yet for our program. So
Right.
we're just recruiting, we're talking, we're getting applications filled out or whatnot. Now they have a whole staff at the place, but it was just Sheldon and I at first with a staff. You know what I mean? So we do that, and but the ride back and forth from Atlanta to Macon every day was starting to take its toll on me. So the only reason I left was because of the transportation. So I come back to Atlanta, and I start working at Tri-Cities High School.
So hold on, let me ask you a question, not to cut you off, but
Yes.
before you even transition back to Atlanta. How was that in Macon? Because from what I've heard over the years, they still gang banging pretty hard down there.
Yeah, it's real.
So how was that?
That was very interesting because I grew up, you got to think, we're Central Georgia, Middle Georgia. So
Right.
people in Macon, we used to go to the mall to shop. You understand what I'm saying? So people from Thomaston, Macon, Forsyth and all those places, it's not as far-fetched. That's kind of like us.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Macon, you go to Lake Forsyth and whatnot for Father's Day. You go and shop at the Macon Mall or whatnot. So that's kind of like home team. But now working down there, I get to know Macon a little bit more intimately.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going into schools, like going to Central High School or whatnot, and you actually seeing that all these cats banging Crip or something like that down there. You know what I mean? So hey, we're going to Central today. Don't wear that outfit right there. Just out of respect. Not that anybody was gonna do anything. I felt threatened. But now if I was over in that area after school, I would go over there with some outfits on that I know wasn't appropriate for that community. So I think it was a great experience, and it helped me that I worked in Montgomery because I had gotten all of the information I needed as far as game bang. Because in Montgomery, Alabama, those young men, if they told you that something's gonna pop off at the school, I'm not even staying for bus duty. I'm actually leaving campus because I know whatever they said was gonna happen was gonna happen. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So that kind of prepped me for the whole dealing with Macon and so on and so forth.
Okay, so bring it back. You getting ready to talk about transitioning back to Atlanta?
Yeah. Getting ready to come. I come back to Atlanta, man, only because of the distance, me traveling back and forth. Love working for Mr. Sam Hart. Love working with my man Sheldon, his sister-in-law Dee, and we had started to develop team Jamila, Miss Clara. The team started to develop and grow and so on and so forth. Get back Tri-Cities, life is just great. I'm loving Tri-Cities, man. My students at Tri-Cities, man, these kids just like, they actually helped to elevate me to another level where I'm like, hey, this thing right here is popping off. I could see growth on a level that I could not measure in previous years. I knew I was good. I was doing some sage on the stage kind of stuff. I was making an impact, but I could not measure it.
Right.
Now I'm able to measure what I did at North Clayton High School and so on and so forth, where I met my brother who I went to work with in Macon.
And you met one of my good girlfriends at North Atlanta, remember? She's
North Clayton.
North Clayton.
Yes.
She's the Norman now. She was Tanisha Harris then. She
Sure
wasn't.
did.
She wasn't one of your students. She just liked to come in your room.
I think Tanisha's folks were from either Griffin or Thomason or something. There was some connection. So that's my girl. So North Clayton, of course, we had hits for it up there at North Clayton and whatnot. I lived in Highland Woods on Riverdale Road, so that was Grove Street. You know what I'm saying? So hey, right there, home base. I'm right. It always seems like God just put me where I'm with some of the toughest. I'm with some of the toughest kids in the space, but those kids though eventually educate me on some things. So I still talk about the hit squad, man. Like that's family to me. Those young men would play, come over to my sister's house, man, play Madden and stuff with my brother, and they would be out there in Highland Woods. We could have some real conversations that I couldn't have necessarily at North Clayton.
But that's the thing though. You can have a real conversation with a kid and you don't pass judgment. Think about it. You just said what you said about you being over at North Clayton.
Yes.
You be in the thick of a lot of foolishness.
Yes.
But it's the same thing, and I'm not saying anything negative about South Atlanta, but the community that South Atlanta sits in. Don't nobody go to Cleveland Avenue.
Yeah, good stuff.
And just to go to Cleveland Avenue. You know what I mean?
And what you're saying that, just so I don't lose, because you asked me a very pertinent question, I'm gonna do, because this is gonna lead right back to what you were just talking about with Cleveland. And so Tri-Cities, though, those kids, man, they really buy into what it is that I'm trying to instill, and they're helping me, whether they know it or not, to develop a program in my head about how you actually start teaching students not to actually just learn information in rote. So I started coming up with this whole idea of learn, unlearn, relearn. And it actually all came to pass when I was asked, crazy, I actually had to resign my position at Tri-Cities High School because I was allegedly teaching.
We're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're going to get into that because I want to ask you something that led up to that. But
Gotcha.
can we angle that where you were going in a different direction?
Okay.
So I can build back up into that one.
So I come back to Atlanta. I'm trying to, yeah. So I come back to Atlanta or whatnot, and I'm working at Tri-City. That's why I meet Marcus Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Marcus, myself, we had this crew, man. Marcus, myself, Rogers, Eric Rogers, Cliff Nicholson. We had, God dog, I'm trying to see if I'm leaving anybody out. Harley, if I'm leaving anybody out, man, remind
Jump
me who we
in.
had. Jump in, Marcus Harley, if you're out there. But you know, I work with so many good quality educators or whatnot. And you remember I had Marcus Harley's mom's calendar and stuff. I still keep all those. Like stuff to me that might not seem significant to others. It might be something that's simple. Miss Bourne thing is you coming in every week and you bringing me this. You don't even understand. Like for me, it doesn't take a whole lot to make me, excited.
But I ain't gonna lie, I was intentionally late. I was early for the show, but I was intentionally late today because I had to make sure I stopped and got his stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, because as soon as I walked in the door, where you been? He beat you here? Mm-hmm. Intentionally. Now go ahead, because I'm gonna talk about you throughout this show.
So with that being said, though, I think Tri-Cities was when I actually really started to come into my own. All these other years, I was good. But now I'm starting to understand that there's something special that has been put in me, and God has allowed me to be put in tough situations because he knew those tough kids were going to awaken the genius in me. That was before Mr. Awaken the Genius. Every single student I've worked with, whether it be Houston Hill, Carver Junior High School, South Carolina Middle, which was like Carver Junior High School when they moved to another neighborhood. But then I came up to Carver Senior High School, the Carver High School in Montgomery, Alabama. Coming back to North Clayton High School, going to Thera High School, right over on Panther Trail off Camerton Road.
Yep.
Tri-Cities High School, and then even up to South Atlanta right now where I work at, which I love working in that community. I think I've gotten more from the students I've worked with, no, the scholars I work with, not the students, the scholars I work with. I think they've awakened the genius in me more so than me awakening the genius in them. Even though from the outside looking in, it looked like I'm doing all the pouring, but I think they pour so much into me, I think they pour so much into me, they just challenge me to continuously go home and see how can I become better as an educator, how can I become better as a man. They make me think about how can I become better as a father, how can I become better as an activist, all these things.
So let me ask you this. When you first started at North Clayton, what subject were you teaching?
I was teaching AP US history and I think regular US history.
Okay. When you started at Tri-Cities, what were you teaching?
AP US history and regular US history. I'm almost certain those are the class I taught.
So this leads into how we got to Walking with Walt.
Yes.
When you started, you were teaching AP US history and you said regular history? And then you started leaning over into teaching what? Your classes started, the dynamic, the curriculum, your what they call it, your lesson plans.
Yes.
Changed from what the district standard was to what you felt our kids, our black and brown kids needed to know about. So you went from AP history and US history to, I believe, ethnic studies?
Oh no, ethnic studies doesn't come until I get to South Atlanta. But I was teaching along the lines of ethnic studies being embedded in the standards. That's what the misnomer is that I wasn't teaching the standards.
Okay.
But what I was doing was not only was I teaching the standards, I was teaching beyond the standards.
Right.
Because within our standards, you would never, even in the AP US history book, I recall looking one time, Emmett Till, of all people.
Yeah.
They literally had 2 sentences on Emmett Till in the AP. The regular U.S. history book, they did not even have Emmett Till listed in the U.S. history book.
And you might see one picture. No,
in the regular U.S. history book, Emmett Till was not in there. So I made my start going through the index, actually, looking at this, like, hey, y'all, man, this is not history right here. We need to try to start learning our story.
History, yes, sir. It's theirs.
Still to this day, I tell my students, we're learning our story. It's not history. See, his story is boring.
Yeah.
Our story is exciting because it's like, wow, I never heard this stuff before. Why haven't anybody ever taught me this? Why did it take me get into 11th grade before I ever heard about this man or this woman right here?
So let's go back a little bit.
Can I ask 271 to do me a favor? Because before we leave this,
of course.
271, I want you, if you can, brother, right up at the top of the stairs, 271, there are 2 posters on the floor. And I got to do this because I didn't know where you were going with this story, but I want to just show you something because we started talking about archiving and artifacts and so on and so forth. It's a yellow one and a white one, 271, right at the top of the stairs. I just want to show you something like how important that was to me becoming who I became, because you're going to have a follow-up question about motivational speaking. And I know that's going to come. See, I can't get to motivational speaking without walking with Walt.
Got you.
I'm the student.
I
Yeah,
told
bring
you
me
I was
both of
gonna
those,
dig a little deep
posters.
tonight.
Yeah,
I
you
told
go in
you I
there,
was gonna
and I'm
dig a
loving
little
how
deep.
you're being didactical, you're being very strategic, you're organized in your thought, and you're helping me to build towards something where a lot of people, they know I'm a motivational speaker, but I never would have become a motivational speaker
Without going
without
through this
Tri-Cities.
situation.
Yeah, without going through this situation, I'm never a motivational speaker.
And that's part of why when I came to you with the idea of us individually sitting in the hot seat.
Yes.
This is why I wanted to do this, because we talk about so many different situations that we've been through. You know, we've talked about how Walking with Walk came to be, but we never really dove into
Thanks, sir.
really and truly the details of how you got to this point. And that's
Yes.
what I wanted our followers to get to know tonight.
So watch this, Miss One Thick. This was a sign that I had above my door at Tri-Cities. I know Harley probably remember this right here, man. Hey, I was a Tri-City Bulldog, man.
Let me see.
Y'all see, it says beware
Of the dogs.
dogs.
Walk's domain.
Walk's domain right there, y'all. I'm telling you, man. I was all the way down L128, y'all. That was my room, L128. I was on the L hall back there. I recently went up on campus and just took some pictures of like where my room was, where everything popped off. And then this is when it all kicked off. I remember the protest after they said that I had to be removed for teaching too much Black history. Somebody make this sound. I think my brother
and that's what I
J-Dub.
wanted to dive into a little. I wanted to dig into that a little bit before we start talking about that. Yeah.
Okay. So right here, you see,
Walk with
J-Dub
Walk.
made it thing because the students started calling the movement Walking with Walk. So J-Dub put educate us, and then it got South Fulton, because South Fulton is where I was actually
And if
employed.
when you flip
and
it
then
over-
when you flip it over, you see
Walk with Walk.
Walk with Walk.
Wow.
So the kids had started calling the movement Walk with Walk or Walking with Walk. And then this is one of my favorite posters, man, because people like kids that signed it or whatnot. You see this right here, Miss Boyd? You see the Black Power fist and so on and so
And
forth.
your colors.
These my paint or these look at everybody look at the screen.
And his
This
colors.
was before I became like, Mr. Awaken the Genius and all this stuff right here. These are the colors.
Wow.
I want y'all to see, I still have this poster from the protest, so this lets you know, y'all, it was something special. And this one student right here, man, says, I always thought I would be a dropout somewhere doing something stupid, but you educated me to gain knowledge and obtain an education, because that is everything when you fit the description. You were like a father figure to me, and I appreciate you taking time out of your life to something considerate about my issues with life. So the best educator I ever known my whole school career, I thank you for educating me. Just live your life and stay the best at what you do. Forget me not. I was honored to have been educated by you. By any means necessary, we shall overcome. Love you. And with that being said, you notice how
That's
you keep
deep.
seeing the reference that you're the
Yeah.
best. 271, I need one more favor from you. On that table over there, I want you to get that, I think it's that cup. No, it's that one with a star on top of it, 271. And I'll stop right here, Ms. Boyd, because I could do a whole show just on this.
But
because most people have never
this
really.
is why I wanted to do this.
Yeah, most people have never really heard the story. They heard that, I got fired. I didn't get fired. I resigned. I would not have been able to go and work at in APS of all
had you
systems
gotten
and whatnot
fired,
had I
yeah.
been fired. So it was very strategic. I actually had an attorney. That attorney, had I known Miley Davis them as an attorney back then, I probably would not even be working in education, because I would have taken some legal action that I know would have been a whole lot more rewarding. I just both of them say the best. No, don't give me this one right here.
The
Yeah, this one.
295?
Yeah. So this is probably one of my prize awards right here, Ms. Boyd Thick. When the protest took place, this is from my second block class.
Wow.
They just called me the best. So like when they said the best on that poster right there, that was my nickname.
That's what they called you.
Yeah, they called me the best. You know what I'm saying? So when everything popped off, I'm gonna leave that sitting right here, man.
I mean, that should have been sitting there.
Yeah, you're right.
Push it back a little bit so it don't fall over.
As a matter of fact, I might sit that thing on my lap for a while. Just sit that right there. So imagine this though. I was told that I could not come back to campus. I would be trespassing and whatnot.
Right.
But imagine taking me out of these kids' lives when you got kids who were actually in the school who had never read a book before. Kids who were in there setting bulletin boards on fire after school and whatnot.
What?
Yeah, like real stuff. I had kids who were Mexican kids and black kids who were GDs and MS-13 who are now all in the same. Brothers Building Up Brothers started, Jeremy.
That's
it's
what I was
crazy.
gonna get ready to
Hey,
ask you
271. Brothers Building Up Brothers. 271 is in my organization, Brothers Building Up Brothers for life.
Started at Tri-Cities.
It started at Tri-City because I had these young brothers out there, man, just doing crazy stuff.
From rival gangs.
Hey, man, rival gangs. I was still walking the halls, checking out the bathroom, seeing what the street newspaper said, hey man, why MS-13 is in the bathroom throwing down, like the pitchforks and stuff like that. So I'm in there with one guy. It started with one guy in this book right here, The Miseducation of the Negro. This is how Brothers Building Up Brothers started, y'all. It wasn't like I had some kind of plan, mapped out.
Right.
I did not have anything other than the desire to see the young men at my school do better. So it wasn't just all black boys at first. It started out with one black boy. And this boy came in my room. We were sitting there. We were actually reading the Miseducation of the Negro every day after school, a little bit at a time, discussing it, sitting up on the desk, just chilling. And then I remember, man, this Hispanic boy came by. I'm trying to think, was it El Roberto? It might have been El Roberto. I can't think of it right now because I several who actually joined.
Right.
So what happened was he came in and he said, hey, is this organization, he said this, y'all, is this organization just for the brothers? I said, what brothers? He said, the brothers. I said, you a brother too, man. Come in. So he came in. Next thing you know, some other brothers started coming in. Like, hey, Walt, what you have to do to get in this organization? Well, it really wasn't no organization at first. It was me and this brother right here.
But since you put it that way,
yes, exactly right. Since you call it a brotherhood, and then next thing you know, man, I started calling it Brothers Building Up Brothers. I didn't even have a name for it when we got started. It was just me working with a brother.
So the kids started an organization. They didn't realize they started.
Yeah, without, I gave it the name.
Right.
But those kids just started coming in because they saw something was going on in my room every day.
And they
at
wanted
school.
to be a part of it.
And they wanted to be a part of it. We had Seacon, who was, I think, Nigerian. We had Mamoon, who was Middle Easterner. We had we had kids.
Wow.
We had kids from Asia. We had kids. So that's why I need people to get. Just because I'm pro-black, I've never been anti-white. I've never been anti any other race. And then even today, Ms. Bourne, I got to slide this in with being anti-something. Somebody jumped on a thread today about what I put on Facebook when I showed this thing about this bisexual Superman or something like that. And this young brother, I won't even call his name out right now because I deleted his message.
I think
I
I
don't
saw
want
that
that
in the
negative
preview
energy.
for what they're trying to do.
I was okay. He disagreed. How he come like to me was on LGBTQ kids, and I was show it with your brother and his husband. Literally before I got here today, I just asked one of my colleagues who just got married to her significant other, whatnot, if they would join your brother and his husband on this show right here. So imagine me walking out the building and some Negro who doesn't even know me. I mean, this Negro at the end, see, I was okay 271 until that Negro says, N-word, please.
Yeah.
I damn near jumped through the screen then, because I'm like, bro, don't go there. Because I got some people in the LGBTQ community, AI plus, who will come out there and put hands on you because they know how hard I fight for them. I'm still fighting for understanding, but when you said N-word, please, it's like, bro, now you insulted me. I'm okay with you coming sit on the hot seat like I am now, share your opinion because we're all open to learning. But I just had to slide that in there because I've never been anti anybody. But I do know that I am pro-children, and I think some things, y'all, we should just leave as is. Mickey Mouse should just be Mickey Mouse. You don't need to have a bisexual Mickey Mouse in order to make a point that we should be doing something about homeless LGBT kids. See, you try to intertwine some things that should not be intertwined.
And that's a whole nother topic of discussion.
Whole nother topic of discussion.
That does something different to the kids. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Let a kid be a kid.
So like what your brothers them talked about that night on the show, hey man, we are two men, we're fathers and whatnot. See, that's a conversation for grown folks.
Yeah.
But now for you to say we're gonna come to the birthday party with some daggone 3 and 4 and 5 year old kids and say, now we got the bisexual Mickey Mouse and we got the homosexual Superman.
We're not doing that.
Why do we have to over-sexualize? But I won't give him any more energy, but I just want to say, you know who you are. You commented on my thread today, young man. Please know that I was T-Dub before I was Mr. Awaken the Genius and all this stuff right here. Don't come for me like that, pimp, because this ain't no, I don't do that intellectual and verbal judo stuff online. I just want to let that, I got to get that out there because I love my brothers and sisters in all communities, of all races. Yeah. I just happen to be exceptionally in love with black people.
So in other words, for the people in cheap seats, don't come for me.
Yeah, so for the folk back there, that's why I said I always keep T-Dub, like close by. Cause some
but some words that you used might have been too big for whoever that was that commented on your post.
Yes. But I've gone and looked at the brother's page and whatnot. Hey, I want to ask you, I know I'm not the host today, but I want to ask you because I just saw my little brother walk by.
Yep.
We were supposed to be giving away a 70-inch TV. We want to give it away tonight.
Yes. Am I eligible for that raffle?
I think you got 5 jerseys. I don't think you got 5 jerseys.
Yeah, no, I ain't got 5 jerseys.
271. I know 271, and we're eligible for the draft. And for everybody who's out here, I will not touch the tickets. Miss Bourne go through there. You can go through there and pull the names or whatnot, Miss Born Thick, and just kind of make sure that the different names are there so nobody would think that anything shady happened on the show. Definitely. My brother actually said that he didn't want his name put in there, J-Dub.
Why?
He said he didn't want anybody to say that my brother, like if his name got pulled, ended ironic that one of his brothers won on TV. But I told Jay, you bought jerseys like everybody else bought jerseys.
So it's fair game.
It's fair game. I'm getting my damn name put in the hat. Man, I bought my jersey. My name gonna be in that hat. I hope he didn't take my name out because Jay said take his out. 271, he's on the podcast. Imagine somebody saying, well, 271, he's with Walk all the time and he know Walk brother. No, that ain't got nothing to do with that.
So let me ask you this. What's the limit? Not the limit. What's the time frame for them to respond in? What if we pull a name and they're not watching the show tonight? Do we move on to the next person if they don't respond by tonight, or like? I think
what should we do? Like, do they have to respond tonight? Like, do we give them a time frame to respond, or we pull their name?
Give them 20.
We put it tonight, and then we can just ask them to come on the next show.
They got 24 hours.
But they gotta come on the next. They gotta come on next week or something though, and let us know that they know they won.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we want to make sure we acknowledge them on the podcast as well. I would love to bring whoever wins on the podcast. So
definitely.
We can show the 70-inch TV and so on and so forth so they know this is the real thing.
Oh,
I think you want to show your face on him, man, so they'll know who actually sponsored this thing? Huh?
Drawing time.
It's drawing time? So you don't want to show your face? Yeah. Oh, you want to show? Okay. I just got what he said during the drawing time. Yeah. So, hey, y'all, Alex, where we at so we'll know when to bring him on?
We still got about 10 minutes.
10 minutes left in what we doing, or 10 minutes left in the whole show?
No. We good. We got another 45 minutes on the show.
Okay. So, hey, check this out, man. If any of you guys had your name placed in the lottery pick for Solomon I.V. Walker with the jerseys, y'all know we were supposed to give away a 70-inch TV on the show a couple of weeks ago. Yep. Due to some technical issues and some other things, we did not get a chance to give away. However, Miss Born Thick, with her lovely self, will actually be putting her hand down in a bag in a second, pulling the name. I got my fingers crossed, 271. 271, you ready? Me and 271, we know we ready for this thing.
So I get to play Vanna Black tonight?
You get to play Vanna, let's say Vanna Pink.
I don't want to be pink.
Oh, you want to be black?
I'd rather be black.
Well, that'd be Vanna
pink
red,
is technically not my color.
Oh, okay. I thought, yellow is your real
yellow
color.
Is my color, but
so,
you'll
be Vanna red,
Vanna
black, and green.
He gonna throw them all in there together.
Hey, but Alex, I just want to say, man, thank you for allowing me, because I know I'm not one of the hosts tonight. I'm on the hot seat, but thank you for allowing me.
I'm not gonna deny you all your rights tonight. But when it comes to asking certain questions, I'm gonna need you to let me do my job.
No, I tell you what, this woman has whooped me into shape so well, y'all. I know how to keep my
and vice versa. I couldn't have done this without the leadership that I've gotten. I do want to kind of deviate from where we were, though. I do want to ask one question. As an educator, prior to you having children, you were teaching before you?
No, ma'am.
You weren't?
No, ma'am. And
really?
I want to circle back to motivational speaking too, because we lost that point.
No, I was going back to that, but I wanted to know.
I've never. Let me just tell you this right here. I don't even know what it feels like to get a check as an educator without a child.
Really?
Yep. Jasmine was born January 26th. Jasmine was born the night before we went online, and I started pledging Alpha. So Jasmine was born one night. I started pledging Alpha the very next day.
I knew I liked Jasmine. Her birthday the day before my son.
So we call her the Sovereign Child because that was his name. That was the name of my line, Sovereign 7. So because Jasmine kind of, without her knowing it, she went through the process. Her mom went through the process with her. You? Yeah, because her mom, you got to imagine this. You got a newborn baby, and your significant other, he's pledging every night while you here with a newborn baby.
That's tough because when you pledging in college.
That's right. And I'm doing my student teaching at the same time. So
there is no me time.
So, well, I watch this though. Jasmine is born. I go online. My brother J-Dub is living with me, so I was responsible for getting him back and forth to work.
Oh, wow.
I was the only one, for the most part, driving the car online. So if any of the big brothers needed anything, everybody called me. I'm doing my student teaching, and I had one class on Alabama State campus.
And she still stuck by you and you wasn't there?
She still stuck by me.
Ooh,
and I had
baby,
one.
She's a good one.
Hey, let me just say
yes,
this.
Sir.
Shouts out to my tail dog, Ed Fields, man. She had her online. Y'all know this at the beginning of having your own, the two phones. Man, Man, my tail dog, Ed Fields, man, second in command down there in the city of Birmingham. This Negro called her number so much, we won't lie, that when her phone rang, she just stopped answering the phone. She just started handing it to me.
Here you go.
Because she knew it was Ed let me know that the bruh, my LBs needed something, man. So I love my LBs. Shouts out to Sovereign 7, man. These are still my brothers. A lot of them are like the godfathers to my children and whatnot.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Marcus Band, I know he usually is following us.
Yeah,
so.
he's normally on.
Yeah,
and I'm waiting on Shannon Williams to pop up on my screen tonight too.
Yeah, man. We need
he was waiting. He said he was coming in tonight.
I thought he was gonna give us some food or something this week.
Oh, no. I got another surprise for you with that one.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Listen, you put me in a position.
Hey, 271, I knew you about to check me. As soon as that came out my mouth, I knew you would get ready to check me.
You put me in a position to have some leeway with the creative direction of the show.
I noticed.
I'm working on some things. The next couple of shows are more than likely already lined up. I got you, bro.
Okay.
I got you. I just need you to show
I tried
up.
not to eat a whole lot today because I thought Shannon, I was on Fat Daddy, right?
Yeah, Fat Daddy.
I thought
Shout out to Fat
was
Daddy's
gonna bring
Barbecue.
me
He
some-
coming
yeah, I
on
thought
here
Fat
too.
Daddy Barbecue, my frat brother now. You know that I'm a frat
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
oh yeah.
And Shannon's a great dude though. Like people who just see him in his leadership capacity, they don't know, man, like how great that dude is.
Oh yeah, I gotta tell you a story about what happened to work today. Cause we had to make him laugh today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I gotta
know.
tell you that off screen though.
The big homie, I know the big homie. He real.
But so what I wanted to ask was.
Oh, but you asked me about Jazz, like was I educated before Jasmine was born?
Well, and
all that?
I was asking that question because I wanted to know if you feel like you being an educator has kind of helped mold you into the father that you were. There are no perfect parents.
Yeah.
I work in education and I have children and my kids got to a point they was like, Mom, you spend more time at school than you do at home with us sometimes.
Yeah,
but do you think that working with these other kids and seeing how a lot of these other kids in these neighborhoods and in the schools that you've taught in and dealing with their hardships and because these kids got some stories.
Yeah.
But do you think that help to shape you as a father to your own?
I'm gonna look directly into the camera for this question right here, Ms. Born Thick. I apologize. I
No
just want to
problem.
look right here. I would say this, man, to anybody who is as dedicated to education as I am, not to school. I'm not saying that I'm the most fundamentally sound when it comes to having your curriculum framework and all this stuff on the board and doing all those things. But when it comes to just raw educating, being a great listener beyond the classroom, I think being an educator might have done more to hurt my relationship with me and my kids than to help. Because I was so, like you said, our kids go through so much in the schools that I work in that oftentimes I would say to my kids, like, hey, check this out, man. Y'all don't know the feel like that to wake up in the morning, not knowing if your mama gonna be here. You gotta get your brothers and sisters up. You don't know if you're gonna have anything to eat if y'all don't go to school for spring break and so on and so forth. So I was extra intentional about making sure those kids knew that they were special.
Not realizing that your kids knew what it felt like to wake up and.
But by default, my children understood what it feels like to have a daddy who they know would do any and everything for them. But he always came home with these great stories about how this happened with this student right here and how, hey, even though this boy is going through this, he did that. And then when I got to them, the expectation, I had that bar so high with them that I never forget one of my worst moments as a father. I came home and Jasmine had all A's and a B, and the B was an 89.
And you got in her, excuse me, I'm
yeah,
sorry. You got on her behind.
I got on her behind about the 89, and her mom asked me to step outside. She said, don't you ever do that to my child again. And you know when a woman say, my child, you no longer, don't you ever do that again. But I was just
statements.
so, because I brag about Jasmine and KJ so much in my class, but then I started realizing, like, bro, you tell your students in your class that grades don't matter. But when you go home, grades matter.
Yep, you can't
so
do
then,
that.
it's like, hold on, man, you got to make sure your story is consistent or whatnot. And I remember I never have said anything to Jasmine about grades anymore since then. And the baby girl graduated with a perfect 4.0 from college. Not because I talked about grades, but because I think we pulled back and just allowed her genius to be awakened without focusing on grades. So she could just naturally focus on what she did best. KJ is a junior at Clayton State University right now. The boy's turned into a young man, got his first job or whatnot. Out here making this music, just shot a film with someone on campus. Said the lady asked him to come back and work on a second film. So that is, I think, naturally because of what his mom and I actually poured into them through our genetics, as well as his mom. Shouts out to their mom, Nick, for actually doing all that she's done for our kids.
Yeah.
And I do know my students, as well as my children at home, know that, man, I make mistakes. I'm willing to apologize about my mistakes. And my daughter and I had this real dope conversation where she had like 3 pages, man, to tell me about some things that I might have done wrong over the years. And I had to just sit there, y'all, and take it like a real father. And I remember my man, Gary White, brother with Let Us Make Man, my frat brother, my sonic brother, he told me one day, he said, Walt, let me just tell you this, it's going to be hard for you to swallow. And this ties right back to your question. He said, you have mastered the art of doing. Hey, you are Mr. Awakening Genius. You are the realest, motivating, eternal educator. He said, but you have mastered the art of doing, but you have neglected the art of being. He said, those babies at your house, they just need you to be
Their
dad.
father.
Just be their father.
That's
they don't
it.
need you to do what you do with everybody else. He said that same tool belt that you use out in the real world, you can't use those same tools when you come back home because
You
your
can't.
kids don't require those tools.
They
You
don't.
understand what I'm saying? So
And I had to
hope,
realize
Alex,
that.
just to close this out, I hope Jasmine and KJ know I love them more than life itself. And anything I did to neglect you guys along the way, I don't even know how to say I'm sorry enough, man, because I do know now as we get older and we start to actually, I know that once we get older and we start to actually, like look at ourselves and we see that we have deficiencies and whatnot, it makes us really say, man, I lost a lot of time trying to save other people's children when my children were okay. So I don't mean like I neglected my
Right,
children, but
but-
just because they had a good mom or whatnot, who I knew could fill in the gaps. But I never missed, I don't remember missing anything. Their mom might say I missed something, but I don't recall ever missing any like event they had. But I do wish I had been more intentional about, being there
The
with them,
conversations
the
and-
conversations, asking the kind of questions that I ask my own students.
So I'm gonna pause you right here.
Okay.
You guys, we're gonna take a break so we can get ready for this raffle. Give us 2 minutes. We'll be right back and be ready to pull these names so we can find out who won this good old 70-inch TV. Whoever it is, if you just want to donate to the cause. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, could 271, could we get 271 to maybe run something across the screen, saying like, the raffle is coming up or something, if that's okay?
Oh, I'm fine with that.
271, can we put something on the screen, man? Raffle for the 70-inch TV, drawing in, 5 minutes or something along those lines?
Yeah, if y'all give us a couple of minutes, we'll be right back because we're gonna continue this conversation.
That's a tough one, man. I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
Did I do a good job on that question?
Wait, can they hear us?
So we on all platforms right now?
All right, y'all. We are back. Am I unmuted? Okay, cool. We are back. I hold here in my hand the bag with the names
The
for this
camera.
drawing.
Hey, Alex, hold on one
What's up?
second. Looking at us on that screen, look like me and IV trying to sit close to each other.
You know what? Y'all they are brothers. And matter of fact, why don't you introduce your brother?
Yeah, hey, let me say this right here, man. To everybody who's watching, we're looking at that camera right there, V. Hey, for everybody who's watching the podcast, man, this is like the most giving dude I know, bro. Y'all know this. He just came in and gave us these gifts right here just because we're on the podcast. Everybody got their individual gifts. 271 and now, man. We'll look, hey, we ready, man. We on the podcast. We want to let all y'all know this dude right here, man. He actually, man, I don't know anybody who loves sports and the idea of like making people happy through like the paraphernalia, the hats, the flags, or whatnot than him. I think he's found his niche. He's found his gift. He is one of the most giving people we know. He is not a person who's gonna be full of words or whatnot. So y'all see who actually gives a dang 70-inch TV away to their clients just to say thank you for supporting the business.
Right.
So this is something new right here, and I think you're gonna have a second round, right? Yeah. He's gonna do a second round, y'all, for Christmas or whatnot.
Okay, I'll be in that second one.
Matter of fact, hey, hell, me too. I'm buying 5 more jerseys.
You in the first one. I got to be in the second one.
So, y'all, for everybody who's out there, if y'all know anybody who, I don't know, we have a list of names out there, all the people. If not, we'll actually put the names on Facebook so y'all can see them on Instagram, on YouTube. But the moment that you guys have been waiting for, thank you, sir, for actually doing this for us.
Oh, yeah.
And we're thankful, Ms. Born Thick, just to have it done on our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
This
Definitely.
is dope right here.
Definitely.
So, hey, man, are you ready, Ms. Born Thick?
I'm ready. I'm finna shake it up.
Shake that thing up. Shake it like a Polaroid picture, Ms. Born Thick.
That's a different shake. That's a fan. All right, we ready?
We ready. Come on, Lord. Hey, can I say a quick,
Are your
can I say a
fingers
quick
crossed?
prayer right quick? Yeah, I got my finger crossed right here, boy.
All right. This says Pep.
Not Pep Squeak, is it?
Pep.
Pep from the
LP.
yeah.
Man,
LP.
Pep the one.
You are the winner of a 70-inch television.
Hey, man, if
How
y'all
much
know
time you
Pep,
got to
man, if
respond?
anybody know Pep, live right over there in the subdivision. I think it's still in the subdivision, across from our uncle them, right?
Yeah, bro, EB.
Hey, Uncle Tony, man, if you out there, go and knock on the door across the street, man. Tell Pep we need him to join the
Now,
podcast
if Pep
right
don't
now.
respond,
Yeah, matter of fact, if
the
Pep
TV
don't
goes to
respond,
me. No,
we about to
I'm
put some pressure on. If Pep don't respond, we gonna draw another name, man, at the end of the podcast, y'all.
It goes
hey,
by
271,
default.
can we get a picture right there, 271, holding the ticket, the winning ticket? Ms.
That's
Vaughn,
what's
think you
up.
gotta lean in over here so we get a picture.
want me to lean in.
I'm at 271 gonna have that thing. We got old Pep right here. Pep from the LP,
What's the LP?
Lincoln Park.
Oh, okay.
This that red clay right here. Yes, sir. Look
I'm
at
gonna
Miss
sit
Vaughn
over
Thick.
here by my brother.
Yes, sir. We right there, Miss Vaughn Thick. Oh, Pep, you better call in, boy. I'll make that thing say T-Dub. Thank you, man.
Doing good, well,
hey,
ain't
man,
no
thank
LLP.
you, IB, for always looking out for the community, bro, doing your thing, man. Hey, y'all, we coming back for December, man. I'm putting my name back in the hat.
Yes.
I just bought a new Georgia flag from IB, man. I don't know, IB, if you got,
Oh, he calling him.
I don't know, IB got.
Pep, you better answer the phone. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Pep.
Pep ain't answering.
Oh, no, it's still dialing or something. It's still, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to call Pep live right now.
Make sure he know.
That's it.
I hope it. Hey, man, with Pep. Okay, thank you.
This is little boy.
Yeah, that little Pep. Call him Pep.
Pep and Pep.
Here you go. Hey, y'all, we live on the Walking with Walt podcast with the realest motivating eternal educator, Miss Born Thick.
Yes,
we got
sir.
271 behind the screen taking pictures. Do we have Pep on the line, y'all?
Yeah, this Pep.
Hey, this Pep right
up,
here, y'all.
Pep?
Hey, check this out,
Hey.
y'all. We gotta get Pep on the line. Do 271, we gotta get it. Pep, do you know why I'm calling you? This T-Dub, man. I be big brother, man. Do you know why I'm calling you from the Walking with Walt podcast with Keene Walker, the realest motivating eternal educator, and Miss Alex Robinson, Miss Born Thick? Do you know why I'm calling you tonight, bro? Man, hell yeah, you done won something, Pep. Boy, you done won a 70-inch TV from IV, man, for being the winner of the folks who bought the 5 jersey, bro. But I'm coming for the TV in December when he do round 2.
I appreciate it,
man.
Yes, sir. Pep, anything you want to say to all the folks out here, man? You know, anything you want to say to your family, anything you want to say to IV who's sitting right here, man, about this competition and him giving back to the community?
Hey, bro, I'm just saying, man, you're doing wonderful things. What you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. God see, we see.
Yes, sir.
Keep blessing us, man.
Hey, man, that's dope right there, Pep. Pep, let me know, man. Like, if you can't do nothing with that 70-inch TV, Pep, you know how we do it in the hood, man.
You
I
know,
go ahead and
we
break
got
out a little something, Pep.
We got it over here.
Hey, y'all, Pep just says all our followers out here, Miss Boy Thick. Pep said he can make some room for a ride there. Hey, Pep, man, we love you, man. Hold it down, bro. Thank you for being a part of IV's business, man. Keep supporting the brother, and we'll keep giving back to the community, bro.
I appreciate it, big guy.
All right, man. Have a great night.
Hey, Pete,
Yeah.
one thing. When I got to pick it up, and it's going to be delivered.
How we gonna do that, IV?
I'm just gonna deliver to you, bro. Just send me your address. I'm gonna have it delivered to you.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what date they're gonna deliver.
Okay, I appreciate
That's
it.
what's
I'll
up.
text it to you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
All right, have a good one, Pep.
All right, y'all too, man. Thanks.
All right, peace.
That's dope. Y'all see what we do here on the Welcome with Walk podcast?
Hey, y'all, I know they say be a cheerful giver and don't be a sore loser.
But what I want to do before we let IV go is I want you to tell our followers where they can find your merchandise. How they get it? How they get the jerseys?
Hey, I just
What?
say this right here. I'll tell you what we are.
Oh, my bad. I
No,
mean,
what,
the quiet
hey, what we
type.
gonna do?
My
No,
apologies.
what we can do is like you can follow him on Facebook, and his Facebook address is Solomon Walker. I think he's Solomon Walker. Yeah. Oh, I got y'all. Like it's two Solomon Walkers. He the
Yeah, it
Solomon
is.
Walker. 271. Look him up. See if he got a Raven jersey or something.
You
He got Lakers gear. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Hey,
Let me
don't
look
get-
it up.
Yeah, let me see this right here. Yeah. Hey, we got another brother named Solomon Walker the fourth. I
Right.
mean third. This Solomon Walker the fourth. Make sure y'all get the right Solomon Walker. This the one with the Lakers gear on. Now, if you mess around and get the one who got some Sigma paraphernalia on, you won't ever get your TV because he's not doing it. This is
'cause
Solomon Walker the
see
fourth.
the third pops up on mine.
Yeah, the third popped up. So let me see what he'll just say Solomon Walker. The other one does he say Solomon Walker the third?
I see Solomon Walker the third.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying the other Solomon name is Solomon Walker the third.
It just
over
say
there.
Solomon Walker.
Oh hell, neither one of them got third or fourth on there. Well, look, the one with the Lakers gear on, y'all. I'm gonna do it one more time. If you want a
Okay, yeah,
jersey,
that's him. Solomon Walker. This one.
that one, yes,
Yeah, it's just Solomon Walker.
just Solomon Walker. So that's what I'm asking Miss Bowen. What the
My
other man
bad,
say?
my bad. Listen.
I'm saying, does he have a third on there?
Yeah, your other brother got the third.
Okay, so this one right here, he's the fourth, but he left his number up, y'all. He just got Laker gear on right now. If you want to get jerseys, you want to get custom made, I have an actual South Atlanta jersey that he made for homecoming this Friday. I'm breaking it out, y'all. He got Mr. Awaken the Genius on the back of it.
I just seen that. Wait a minute.
You saw my jersey?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Oh, so Alex, ask him what you asked the last
Hold
show. Alex. Tell him what you been asking.
on,
Tell him about what we need, Alex.
I need my Walking with Walk jersey. Black, red, and yellow.
Just black, red, green, and yellow.
green, black, yeah, that. My bad.
Man, you saw how she done cut
No.
one on colors out that thing.
I wasn't trying to. we
Hey,
doing
we
black,
go back.
red, and green.
We better not let you do show 2 weeks later. I want to have green in the other one. So we going with black, red, green, and yellow. And if we can't get the yellow in
No,
there,
we just do black, red, and green.
and then we can come back and do like your own individual thing, like a yellow
Because I'm going to get a
jersey.
Born Thick jersey, too.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I want to get, hey y'all, check this out, man. We about to turn this thing out, man. We about to get the Walking with Walt podcast, shirts or whatnot. Miss Born Thick, 271. I don't know if we gonna get no.
I'm slick jealous over here with this Mr. Awaken the Genius jersey. I'm slick jealous.
I really can't say, man, because I'm not the host tonight, y'all. But it made me feel pretty good. But I still want to say this. I want to say this right here, Miss Born Thick. I'm a sore loser tonight.
Why?
I wanted that damn TV.
I ain't on the TV no more. TVs, you
Oh,
can
TV
always get
go,
TV.
okay.
I want my jersey. See, I like that. That's
How
nice.
long? So what we gotta do, IB, to get our jersey design? 271. You want a jersey?
Tell me what I need.
No, do he want a Walking with Walt podcast
He
jersey?
ain't got no choice. It's the crew.
Are we gonna get one for what's that man name who used to work with us? What the name? 271
I was
started.
going to say his real name. That's why I had to laugh.
Oh, what the name? New Black Tony.
Where is New Black Tony?
I heard the New Black Tony done changed shifts and everything. Oh, there it is. Look at that boy. Hey, that's how y'all get the jersey right there. See, one thing I love about 271.
He gonna come on with
He
the
gonna come on with the come on now. 271, you a bad boy.
Okay, yeah, we gonna talk offline.
DJ 271, do you want us to have, like, while we got Solomon Walker up there, 271, do you want us to have your DJ 271 put on there? Or do you want to have some street stuff put on there? Like, I already know how 271 rolling. If we mess around them jerseys, well, I won't say that. Like you said, that's a conversation about the podcast or whatnot.
Long as I know I want Miss
I know one
Thick
way
on
we
the
get
back.
him not to wear the jersey.
Long as I know I want Miss Born Thick on the back. I don't care what we do.
271, we going with DJ 271 on the back?
I just put Pain on the back.
Yeah, when I took him out there with me the other night on the situation, I didn't take DJ 271.
You took Pain.
Yes, sir. I took Pain with me.
You better.
Yes, sir. That's what I told the kids today. I said, y'all, one thing about it now, I'm gonna always exercise my Fifth Amendment right. There's certain things like people say, but how are you able to do some of the things you do? I'm gonna exercise my Fifth Amendment right to the end. But those babies know that we love
Wes,
them.
and I ain't in that mess.
That's right. Hey, y'all, I want to say thank you again,
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show, man. I didn't even think my little brother gonna even show his face on the show, y'all. This
I didn't think you would either. I already know that.
This is a surprise right here, y'all.
Quiet. You are very quiet. Now, Sal, that's my girl.
Yeah.
I miss her. I need to see her.
Yes, sir. Sarah, they talking about Alex. She's giving everybody here tonight.
I ain't giving her hell. I just miss my sister. I ain't seen my sister in a while.
So I'll be back. We'll see you back in December, man. Same
Yes, sir.
place.
Yes, sir.
Let's make sure now if we buy 10 jerseys, do our name go in there 2 times?
It's one time.
Man, you don't see me out here, man. I'm trying to get strategic, boy.
Campaigning, boy. Come on.
I do like to just thank everybody who showed love from Florida, Ohio, Kentucky.
Oh, wow, that's what's up.
Pennsylvania, of course, Georgia, T-Town. Mad love for T-Town.
What about on your job? Like you like to donate stuff?
In Atlanta, yeah. Just everybody, because I don't know everybody out top, but just everybody who show me love. I just show love all different races, white, black, Hispanics. So it ain't just black people, they just,
That's dope.
you know what I'm saying? Everybody show me love. So I want to thank everybody who
Really?
showed me love. I really do, from the bottom of my heart.
That's it right there, man. We get ready to go to a break. Did I make my tie cricket?
You did. I'm laughing. I'm like, is he really doing this?
I'm trying to use the TV as a mirror. I'm looking at the screen trying to use it as a mirror. This one thing. Get me right now. Get me right. Where
I will. Let's
We're going to let IV get going on.
let's let
271,
IV.
can you give us like a
He gotta
1
go
minute
back and
commercial so
finish
she
eating
get my
his
tie
food
right?
I can't.
I'm trying to
We'll
do
be right
271.
back,
We'll
y'all.
be right back, y'all. I was in a safe place when I got my mother in jail.
Did you really just say a safe space with the skins? Lord have mercy.
Hey, 271, was KJ Music playing on this tonight?
Y'all, we are back. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We just gave away a 70-inch television to Pep.
Yes, Pep from LP. For all the people who are listening in, man, this is Pep from the LP. For all of you guys who follow us from different states, from different cities, Pep is from Lincoln Park, Georgia. That's what they call it, even though it's in Thomaston. Them boys in Lincoln Park call it Lincoln Park, Georgia, y'all. The LP, man, what it's fondly known as. So, man, shouts out once again, Pep, for winning a 70-inch TV. I'm a little sour right now because I thought that I had a pretty good chance of winning that TV, Miss Bowen.
You did, just like everybody else. But unfortunately, the ticket with your name on it is not the one that my fingers grabbed.
Would I be wrong for digging in that bag and see if my name was even in there?
I got the bag.
Oh, you got the bag?
IV, come get the bag. He's trying to cheat for the next one. The next raffle, listen, again, for those of y'all who missed it, please make sure you go back and follow Solomon Walker on Facebook. His jerseys are dope. I'm a little salty about this Mr. Awakened Genius jersey, but don't worry about it. Because within the next couple of episodes, I'm going to have my Miss Born Thick jersey on because it's getting a little chilly outside.
Yeah.
So I got you. I ain't worried about it no more. But go ahead and start purchasing your jerseys because the way you are entered into the next raffle in December is you have to have purchased at least 5 jerseys from Solomon Walker. Some may know him as IV, but just follow that young man. He does great work. We're going to jump back in. I need Walt now to go back to being a guest and not the host.
Hey, Alex, I just want to say what I was saying before the break. You were talking about my...
I got mine.
This is a safe place. You see, I'm rubbing off on you right now. I like that.
But I like the pork. I like the crackling.
You like the crackling?
I don't like the skins.
Yeah,
I like the I don't know what it's called, but I like the crackling.
Yeah, does it have a little meat on that thing?
That's what it tastes like. That's what I like.
So I just
now
feel
you
like
rubbed
I'm
off on me with the mustard flavor. That because you say mustard flavor, you're like, but when I tasted them, the mustard flavor is actually good.
You know what?
What's up, J-Dub?
Hey, J-Dub just popped on there.
Yes, sir.
J-Dub, we lost, boy. I know your name went in there, but we lost, boy. Me and 271 lost. I don't know who else out there in the street feeling bad like me, but
no. And
I wanted that TV.
Shout out to J-Dub and his beautiful wife,
Yes.
who has sponsored the show on many occasions, the
Pink
owners
Cakery.
of the Pink Cakery.
Yes, we need some more cupcakes up here, y'all. We need y'all to sponsor. So, hey, can we get them to sponsor the show with Fat Daddy Barbecue? So we have.
This is what I was
forgot
thinking.
you already
No. I just thought about something. Again, our anniversary is coming up in a couple of months.
That's dope.
Our anniversary, we need to do something. I think we should do something really big.
I talked to the lady at the cigar bar. There's a new owner of the cigar bar, Payne.
Which one?
The one that used to be Cigar Rolls. It's called.
On Butner?
On Butner Road. There's a lady who owns the thing. She's an AKA. As a matter of fact, my wallet is upstairs.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute.
I talked to her about us actually. I'm not going upstairs. I know you won't let me leave.
You can't move tonight. Nope.
But I talked to her. I told her about our podcast. I asked her if she'll be interested in us actually shooting an episode of our podcast out there, kind of like bringing in her
that'd be so
cigar
dope.
bar and whatnot as a new owner. And that kind of gives us like a way to build our brand as well as to help her to build her brand.
Yeah.
So that we might even be able to do some giveaways, like cigar giveaways and stuff like that.
And we can set it up with IV, do some jerseys.
That's exactly right.
We got Mr. Awaken the Genius gear. We got Born
Born
Thick paraphernalia. We might even be able to raffle off possibly some DJ services.
Oh no, we're gonna raffle off some DJ services.
Oh, DJ 271 over there.
He doing King Sierra, he doing bar mitzvahs.
Oh, he got the Catholic school coming up too, don't you?
Catholic schools.
He do it all. The smile, is it the smile creator or the smile maker?
He the smile maker. And if you
there go my girl. Hey, Sal.
He don't care if you affiliated with street organizations. He'll come out there and he'll participate with that. He got the music for whatever y'all into.
She said we can get him on Wednesday, see? That's why I love
the Pink Cakery, man. See, the Pink Cakery don't be playing around.
Listen.
How much time we got, Miss Born Thick? Because I know I'm not going to be able to do all that.
Yeah, we got to dive back in. We got about a good 15 minutes left.
15 minutes,
and I definitely want to touch on, y'all know us. We may go over about 10 minutes or so. But I definitely want to dive back in with you because I want to go from the Walking with Walt movement to how you came to Mr. Awaken the Genius. So go on and get the skin. go on and wash it out with that brisk. We need brisk. Listen, if anybody has a connection with brisk and anybody has a connection with Vans, let us know.
Yep.
Let us know. Because we can do some things. He has his brisk. Oh, and Mutton Jeff's too.
You know, my students just hooked me up on this purple blackberry brisk. I told them nothing will ever take the place of the green brisk. Yeah, but it's called blackberry, but it's purple.
Oh. No, I ain't seen that one.
Only in the
See,
hood,
I left
man.
my M&Ms this week because y'all dogged me out so bad about my pretzel
You know what?
M&Ms.
That's what I'm start getting for you. I'm gonna start getting you some hood M&M. We're not doing those pretzel M&M.
If you give me some M&Ms, just make sure they peanut.
Oh, is that the yellow pack?
Either the yellow pack or the orange pack, because the peanut butter ones are good too. But we're going to dive back in because y'all know we can veer off subject real quick. But I definitely want to go from how we got from the conclusion of your days at Tri-Cities, because that's where we were.
Yeah, that's right.
And leading into you being a motivational speaker. Like, how did everything that you went through with this situation at Tri-Cities, when the kids started the Walking with Walk movement, what led that, or what pushed you to say, hey, I need to put this in a different arena outside of the classroom?
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of times I think people really think when they hear me telling this story, or just stories in general, they think I'm making some of this stuff up. Everything I'm talking about, Ms. Bonte, we can call the key players involved or whatnot, and they can validate.
A lot of them have popped in already.
Yeah, popped in. So what happened was there was this brother after Tri-Cities. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went through some minor depression because I'm thinking I'm at the height. The height in my opinion, I'm at the height of this new growth and evolution as an educator, and I lose my job for making sure that black kids not only get the standards or whatnot, but we were pushing way beyond the standards. Like right now, I kind of do that. But not like I was doing at Tri-City, because one thing I want to do now is kind of stay underneath the radar.
But they need to know our heritage.
Yes, no, I know that. But once you had that sour taste, I want our people to be willing to invest in someone like myself, where we go ahead and get a school where now when you come in here, we don't want to take federal funding and all this stuff. No, we understand what we need our kids to get. We want our kids to come here. They want Mr. Awakening Genius.
Gotcha.
They want the realness and the rawness. Your child come here, man, I might have to be a little rough around the edges or whatnot. That's what made this experience with the kids at Tri-Cities a great experience. So what happened though, the protest takes place. I'm sitting at home. People talking about, bro, turn the news on. These kids are protesting out here.
And this is a student-led protest.
Student-led protest. Of course, initially, they say I actually incited the protest or whatnot.
But you didn't know what was
I didn't even know the protest was going on. Someone called me, told me to watch the news. So this is a combination question right here. So when the protests take place, mind you, there was no Let Us Make Man at that time. Derek Bozeman was laying in the bed one night watching the news when the protest breaks out. He said, I need to go out here and teach these young people how to organize and how to protest and whatnot. So that's how Derek Bozeman gets involved in the protest. Miley Davis is watching it from afar. He says, I know the kind of moves they're going to make. They're going to find whoever the student leaders are, and they're probably going to try to arrest them to intimidate all the other people.
Yep.
So that's how Miley Davis comes into the equation. Now, none of us know each other at this time.
Really?
So I just happened to come out, I think it was the East Point Library, right? And they're meeting under a tree. Nobody has seen me. Like none of these people know who I am. They're just out here rallying around me now. They don't know what I look like or anything.
Nobody but your students.
Nobody but my students, including their parents, because a lot of the parents have not ever been up to the school. Long story short,
wow.
Miley Davis and I meet there. He's just like, so does anybody know what this? He always called me Keene Walker. Does anybody know what Keene Walker looks like? We out here rallying for this brother. You got to know Miley Davis in the spirit of Miley Davis or whatnot. Brother, does anybody know what this brother looks like?
And the whole time you standing right here.
The whole while I'm standing, because this is my first time ever coming out. Because I'm, at the time I think I got a good lawyer, and I'm thinking like I don't need to get out there and mess this case up or whatnot. Right. But I won't even comment on him.
And, we're not.
Yeah. But I'll say this, Miley. I say, hey brother, I'm Keene Walker or whatnot. And we started to meet. I get to meet a lot of my parents for the first time and whatnot. And then that energy, that positive energy starts to generate. I don't have a fair outcome at the hearing and whatnot, but still, I fought it all the way to the end. But let me just tell you how God works, and God has a sense of humor. There was a brother named Clyde Anderson. Clyde was on at the time CNN. He was doing like some analyst work, I think financial analyst work. And Clyde asked me to go down to the Apex Museum. This sister named Kathy Harris was doing something down at the Apex Museum. And I said, Clyde, really, I don't even want to be out there in the public like that right now, bro. I'm just trying to lay back, chill. He's like, bro, just come and support me.
Situation.
At that point in time, though, I had gone down to 82 Peachtree. I had bought my first T-shirts, incense, oils. I'm out there grinding. I don't have a job.
Right.
I mean, I'm grinding, man. Gas got turned off at the house. I had to go into my teacher retirement, Alex. I need you to hear this.
You got a wife and kid at this point.
I got gas turned off at the house, man.
Yeah, you need that.
So I remember us getting a hot plate, and I'm like, what we need a hot plate for, bro? That wasn't when I was poor. We don't need no hot plate for anything. Like, you never know. Hey, man, when that gas got turned off, I literally remember saying, I'm going to let you guys warm some water up a couple of days using that hot plate. I'm not even going to take a warm bath. I'm going to take a cold shower as a reminder of what I got to do to change the narrative of my life.
Yep.
And that cold shower will make you say, I got to get out here fast. So that's how I ended up going to 82 Peachtree. That's when I decided to get with Clark. I got my shirt on. It was a shirt that my boy Mose James, shout out Mose James from Tri-Cities. He was the one who videoed everything that was going on. I had his students to video what was going on with the protests. So Mose had made me these 10 commandments of Black history plaques and shirts. I got that on. I'm at the Apex, and Kathy Harris, man, this is how everything started to pop off. She said, brother, can you come up here and actually speak to the people, let them know what happened at Tri-Cities? I'm like, Kathy, I didn't come for that. I'm just here to support my boy Clyde. She said, no, but she said, everybody want to know what you look like. They want to know what really happened from your mouth. And I'm like, Kathy, I got on a t-shirt and some blue jeans. My man Clyde, he's suited and booted, you know, looking good.
They don't care about that.
And all I know is she asked me this, Alice, and I think this was kind of like one of the things that kick-started me becoming the realest motivator and eternal educator, because Mr. Awakening the Genius has not been created yet.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and this strong brother from Newark, New Jersey, his name is DeLacy Davis. DeLacy Davis is the keynote speaker at the event. And Kathy asked me, she said, when do you want me to put you on the rostrum to speak? I said, I'm a keynote speaker, so you can put me after the keynote speaker.
That sound about like you,
She said, hold on, bro. We paid this man to come from New Jersey. How I'm going to put you on as a keynote speaker when we paid this man? Yeah, after the keynote speaker. Hey, I was just starting to get my confidence back, even though I was feeling a little depressed about what happened. But I'm saying when I come out of this, my life is going to be different. So I do that, and DeLacy Davis walks up to me afterwards and whatnot. He says, brother, man, you moved people to tears out there tonight. My boy Clyde said, I'm watching the audience while you're talking, bro. He said, I've never seen the audience, man, with everybody out there just like real tears running down their face. I said, bro, all I was doing was just telling my story. And one man said, brother, I thought you was an old man. I had been at Tri-Cities like 30 or 40 years. I'm like, no, bro. The impact, though, was still the same. DeLacy says to me after that, Alex, he said, brother, let me ask you a question. He said, brother, nobody's ever asked to speak after me. I said, brother, but nobody's ever asked the realest motivator where he wanted to speak when you were in the same room. He said, boy, you're a bad boy, man. I said, no, man, you killed that thing right there. So we had small talk. He said, look, man, he said, I'm getting ready to do some work down in Bermuda. And we're going to have a team meeting up in Washington, D.C. or whatnot. Yeah, he said, so would you be willing to fly in, and meet with my team? Most of them were from like Newark and up north or whatnot. And I told him, I said, brother, I said, man, can you give me a day to think about how long you're in town? He said, well, I'll be at Morehouse tomorrow. Just let me know before I get on my flight tomorrow. Really, Alex, if that Negro had said, I'm getting ready to fly out tonight, I'd be like, bro, I'll make a decision right now. You know what I'm saying?
I was really trying to figure out, like, it really took you 24 hours
It really did, but I wanted at the time, because I'm trying to create this aura that I'm not desperate.
Okay.
Even though money is funny right now, but I still don't want to look desperate. He dealt me up, and I never forget this. There was a $100 bill in my hand when he dealt me up.
Wow.
And I came the next day to Morehouse. I met him, told him I was down. He flew me into Baltimore, had it laid out, ate at the Inner Harbor. Man, I was there by myself a whole day down at Phillips or whatnot, eating at the Inner Harbor, all you can eat seafood. And that was kind of like the beginning. And then I met Keith Brown, man. I don't know if Payne still has me on. We still good? But I met Keith Brown. Let me just say this, man. I don't know if I'm on this camera right here, but Keith Brown, this guy was so instrumental in Nika thing. And I know we'll pick up on another show, but Keith Brown, if you actually get a chance to listen to this podcast, man, I want to say thank you. Because I was at, I think it was Sailor One. There was a cell phone place in Fayetteville called Sailor One.
I remember
Sailor One. And I was standing in line at Sailor One. I want everybody to hear this because people don't know how I really became a speaker. I'm at Sailor One, and this sister, man, was the sister who was actually working with the line, when I got up there, she said, brother, I just been listening to you talk to people while you in line. She said, you have such a distinct voice.
You do.
She said, what do you do? I want to say, I just lost my job. I don't really do a whole lot of nothing these days. But I said, sister.
What you need me to do.
Yeah, hey, I'm about to say, what y'all looking for some help? But I said, sister, I'm a motivational speaker. And now, of course, I'm an empowerment speaker because I don't believe that motivation in itself is going to drive anything, but I do motivate. But I said I'm a motivational speaker. She said, oh, my goodness. She said, man, my partner, Keith Brown, man, he's a motivational speaker. You need to reach out to him, man. I think y'all connect. Man, I called that Negro, man, about 3 whole months.
before he answered.
He's an Omega though, so that might have something to do with it. You know what
Here
I'm
we
saying?
go.
I ain't gonna
Here
say
we
that. I
go.
think it was because he
My Omega.
probably knew I was a Q. I mean, he probably knew I was an Alpha and he's a Q, so I think that's
Marcus
why.
Harley, if you
Yes,
still
sir.
on this
Marcus Harley, this
live,
one of
I
y'all
already
boys
know
right
he
here. My
coming
boy
for you.
Jig down in Alabama. But Keith Brown, man, I called him for about, I know 3 months. Never answered the phone. And one night, just out the blues, this brother called me. And I think I could put a perfect bow on this until our next session. But Keith, I remember when you called me, I was on I wasn't on Riverdale Road. I was in Riverdale on Highway 85. And I think Keith told me that he was going to get his son, who is an attorney now and doing big work out here, man, working with the state legislature and doing a lot of stuff. I don't know exactly what all he's doing, man, but I know he's doing a lot of work out here, man, nephew.
Okay.
And I remember him going to get some medicine for him because he was sick that night. And I remember him saying, like, hey, bro, we got this call on Tuesday night or whatnot. Would love for you to come because I see you dedicated to, like, Beaker. He said, man, because I thought you would have given up by now. And I told him, no, bro. I said, I pledge, man. What's going to make me give up, bro? Yeah. that was no, if I had to do that for 12 months, I was going to keep calling you. And what happened was Keith had this call on Tuesday night. And I got on. No, I asked him. I said, "Bro, you never gave me a number or what time it is, anything." He said, "Bro, 8 o'clock Tuesday night." I said, "What's the phone number? I don't even know how to call in." He gave me the number. He said, "My bad, bro." He gave me the number. And when he came on, I think he came on at 7:50 or maybe 7:55. I was already on the call before he got there. You know how you just on there. You the first one on the call or whatnot.
Yeah, or waiting
he got
for
on.
host or
Yeah, exactly. He said, "Hey, man, the host has joined." He's like, "Hey, is anybody on?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Who's on right now?" I said, "This is Keene Walker right here, man." He said, "How did I know you were gonna be the first one on the call?" I said, "Bro, hey, man." I told him like Les Brown, I said, "I'm hungry, bro.
You know?
I gotta get it." And I remember him saying, he said, "Look, y'all, check this out, man. With the speaking thing, he went through a whole bunch of introductions and he did some pleasantries. And Keith Brown at the time was the motivator of the millennium. Now he's
Really?
Mr. I'm possible, not impossible." This is my big homie. This is my big bro who even wrote a letter for my son KJ when he was going through what he was going through. See, this is what I'm saying. Me and
That was
Keith Brown
deep.
have a different kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Keith Brown is the reason why I'm out here doing this speaking thing right here, y'all. But if Tri-City ever happened, I never would tell anybody that I was speaking. I always wanted to be one, but this is what happened, man. Keith said this night, and this is when my speaking career started. Keith said, "Make me laugh." We don't know the people. Everybody's from all over the country, different states and so on and so forth, Miss Born Thick. He said,
Ivy, get this bag. He
said-
trying to stuff the bag with his name.
He said, who can make me laugh? He said, because every week when we come on, I'm going to give you a scenario. You don't know what's going to happen. Somebody might ask you to speak. You don't know what's going to happen or whatnot. Make me laugh. Payne, Payne, capture this right here, Payne, because this is the thing that set it off, J. Payne. Not J. Payne, Payne. I got a homeboy in Thomas named J. Payne. This is what Keith Brown asked us to do, make us laugh. And this is what I said, Payne. I hope you can capture this right quick. And Alex, we can cut right here. Hey, y'all, Keith Brown asked us to make everybody laugh. And this might not be funny to anybody, but imagine all of us on the phone. So we weren't doing FaceTime and all that kind of stuff. It's just a call where all of us are calling in a conference call. And this is what I said, y'all. But in the blind, you know it's more funny. He said, who want to volunteer to go first? I said, I'll go first. He said, who is that? Keene Walker. He said, how did I know you're going to be the first one to go first? I said, bro, every week I'm going first. I said, all I want to know, y'all, because I'm not even trying to be funny. Now, the man just said, make me laugh. I started out by saying, I'm not trying to be funny.
And at this point, everybody laughing.
At this point, Negroes are giggling already.
Because I'm like, I wasn't laughing.
Hey, then I say this right here. I said, do y'all drink Kool-Aid where y'all live?
You know what?
And everybody on the things up. I said, no, look. I said, y'all laughing, man. I'm not trying to be funny. I said, I just want to know, do y'all put the sugar in first? Do y'all put the Kool-Aid in first? Or do y'all put the water in? By this time, Negroes are dying laughing. I said, see, y'all keep laughing. I'm not trying to be funny. 3 minutes later, Keith Brown said, boy, you a fool. He said, who next? I remember
nobody.
Like, no.
We ain't going after that.
No, not after that. And the next week, he was telling us we doing a eulogy for somebody or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, who want to volunteer? I got it. And man, God would have it. And this is my perfect bowl. He asked me, he got stuck in an airport somewhere. He called me. He said, bro, I'm stuck at the airport. They need a speaker out in Rome, Georgia.
Wow.
And he said, can you do it? What? Yes, I can. He said,
did you have to ask?
Hey, man, no, but you got to get this. Everybody ain't ready. They say they ready, but everybody ain't ready. All I've ever done was been on a phone call. I ain't never done no paid speaking engagement before.
But I already know you.
Oh, boy. But, Alex, you know me also.
I already know you.
He says it's Rome, Georgia. I didn't even know what Rome, Georgia was. I said, hey, is it this weekend? He said, yes, sir. I said, what day? He said, today.
Ooh.
I said, what time? He said, around noon. I
What
said,
time
brother,
was it?
I should be around 10. I said, so I should be in the shower right now.
No,
he
you
said,
should be on the
yes.
road.
I said, how far is Rome? He said, about an hour and a half. I said, bro, what's the address? Because you ain't told me, like, where about. He gave me the address, and y'all, I'm riding. And when I pull up, I got my speech already. I'm making my speech as I'm driving.
Uh-huh.
I pull up, my speech was not conducive for the audience that I
Yeah, because you were going
Where
to
you
Rome.
think I pulled up at, Alex?
If you were going to Rome, it's not very many of us in Rome.
No, but the place I went to, it was us. But with some of the spicy stuff I like to say.
You went to a church. Ah, damn.
Man, they sent me to a church, man. I said, hold up, I'm at a church. I see it on the GPS. I see a church coming up. I hope this ain't where I'm going with the speech I just wrote. But I got in that thing, Alex. I got in that thing, and I asked them folks. I said,
and
y'all
God led you.
Yes, sir. He led me. I told them folks, I said, I don't really feel comfortable speaking from the pulpit. And I stepped there and said, no, sir, we need you up here, Pastor. And you know, I'm an older gentleman who called me Pastor, and I started talking. I said, well, all I'm going to say is this right here. I remember Keith Brown's first lesson, make them laugh. And I asked them folks, I said, y'all want me to do a barbecue? And one side said, barbecue, Walker. And that's what you call call and response. They said, barbecue, Walker. See, now I said, I'm just talking to these folks right here because they know what they're talking about over here. I said, I'm going to come back to y'all on this side. And folks started laughing.
That was your icebreaker.
Oh, my goodness. And I said, y'all, now if I get to the point where I come out the jacket, I'm finna go all the way up through there. I said, if I say something you like, I need y'all to say click. This is why all that stuff was born. And I said, if I say something you really, really like me, boy, I need you to say click, click. And boy, when I started speaking, it was click, clicking, and click, and forward.
Right.
Man, I came out there, and I remember Keith Brown, man, when he got back to town, he gave me an additional bonus on my check. And I said, what is this for? You told me you're going to give me this amount right here.
Because they loved you.
He said, they love you so much, bro. They want you to come back, man. I can't let you keep coming back because this is like kind of what I do every year.
Wow.
But he said, but I do have something for you to do down at Savannah State, man, on Earth Day. He said, have you ever done an Earth Day speech? Yes, sir. I went to Earth Day, and I got to Earth Day, and somebody said, do you speak to young girls? I got a group down in Augusta what I would love you to speak with. Yes, ma'am. Goddamn, somebody said, do you do family reunions? Got a family reunion going on in South North Augusta.
Reunion?
Yes, sir. I got to the family reunion, and I made them laugh.
And you became Cousin Pete.
Oh, I was Cousin Pete's nephew. I done lied to everybody in there until I got up to that rostrum, and I got up there, I said, look, y'all, I said, Junior ain't my uncle. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if any of y'all folks named Junior in here.
Oh,
they said,
Lord.
boy, you been eating with everybody. I said, but everybody started laughing, and this is why I would close out. Man, I did that family reunion, which I said, how in the heck am I going to speak? And I'm the only person at the family reunion who don't know anybody.
That's
why
why
I got
said,
through,
how you
all
get
I
to
know
a family
is,
reunion?
Alex, when I got through, I was family, and they invited me to come down to Orlando, Florida. My son, who I pledged with, Jimmy Cowan,
Yeah.
he was living in Melbourne. He met me. I spoke at a youth retreat for a church down in Orlando, Florida. And that, man, there it is. You asked me that, I think that's a perfect way to close out. My career started as a result of hardship.
And I didn't know this. And I'm, like, y'all, first of all, we've already gone over time. And I hate to cut the show short tonight because I'm learning a lot myself. And I told y'all this was going to happen. We just scratching the surface with you. This is crazy. So what we might start doing is going and doing some footage once we complete the show.
I think that'll be
and
great.
just posting the continuation. Because we have a lot of subjects that we've touched on and a lot of guests that we've had come to the G-Spot. And we want to continue those conversations, but it's only so much we can put in the time frame that we have. So I am challenging you and Payne to let's sit down and finish this conversation and post it on all of our pages so that the people can, because this right now is a cliffhanger. Even I'm sitting over here looking like, okay.
And it's like, it's like, a hard spot.
I really got 5 minutes, but that was like 20 minutes ago that we were supposed to
And we can stop here because I think I've given them enough for people to see that this is not an easy journey. Like, people always ask me about being a speaker. You just heard me, man. Shout out my big brother, my mentor, my Jegna, my partner, Keith L. Brown, y'all. Hey, man, forever grateful to that brother right there, man. And I'm forever grateful to the sister. Keith, if you can even remember that sister's name, man, I would love to send her a thank you card, a gift card, something, man, because without her recognizing my voice and hearing that power in my voice,
you would have never met him.
I would have just been a great teacher somewhere who never actually pursued my purpose.
Wow. And with that being said, y'all, again, when I say I hate to cut this episode short, but we got to. We got to go.
So do what you do, man.
We got to go pay. I don't know. This is the one time I am stumped on how to close out the show.
Want me to close it out?
You're going to have to.
Hey, man, let me say this right here. Everybody, thank you guys. I know a lot of you guys were not able to see the whole episode, but I hope you guys will actually encourage people to go back if you stayed on and watch the whole episode. If you haven't watched the entire episode, I need all you guys, man, to show love to Miss Born Thick. The sister is bad. It's one thing to be sitting on the couch with her and be engaged in the process together. It's a whole nother nervous energy sitting across from her, and she is just slapping you on the hand. She's like making you stay focused, making you stay on time. But the lady has orchestrated a show. I think we just got a new format that's going to be born out of this right here. I want to cut the show down to a solid 1 hour, though. Even if I'm the guest next time on the hot seat, I do a better job. But I just know there's so much more I want you guys to know about me. There might have to be an autobiography that's going to be written about, Keene Walker, the realest motivator. Going to speak that into existence or whatnot. I actually finally got out of my writer's block with the 7 secrets to inspire and empower black boys. That thing is real tough. We still got this book right
That's
here,
what I was
man.
looking for.
Masterminds of mentoring that, man, when I went out to speak at the Georgia Alternative Education Association, these books were selling like hotcakes right here.
See, I wanted to jump into that, but we ain't had the time.
Yeah, and we'll get on that next time. I was supposed to be going out to speak at a national conference this week. I'm just tired. I've been running so much, Ms. Born Thick. So I want to ask you guys, man, to pray for me and Ms. Born Thick. Pray for DJ 271. Pray for the new Black Tony if he's still out there, y'all. Because he's still a part of the family. And I want y'all to follow us on all social media platforms. Yes. On Wednesday, we're trying to narrow the scope between 6 and 6:30 because the algorithm is telling us that most of you guys start really jumping on around 6:15 or 6:30. So y'all let us know too, man, where y'all want us to be, 6 o'clock, 6:15, or 6:30. Once again, you can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at Walking with Walt Podcast. We have enjoyed you guys thoroughly. Thank you, Ms. Born Thick, for doing such a masterful job tonight. Thank all you guys for following us. Thank you, DJ 271, man, for doing what you do over there. And thank you to the realest motivator and eternal educator, Mr. Awakening Genius, for coming in, sitting in for the co-host tonight, man. You've been awesome, boy. We'll see you guys, man, next Wednesday. Y'all be easy.
Good night.